Hello everyone, I hope you had an amazing new year and wishing everybody a safe and successful 2024, and let's hope our world is a much better place in 2024. On that note, whilst I'm still on holiday, I haven't forgotten about all the things I need to remind you of during the beginning of the year. Now, if you are a UAE business and you have a company in the UAE, then there are several annual filings and annual requirements that you should be aware of. And in my mind, there's no better time to remind you of those than the beginning of the year. So here goes. Number one is obviously your trade license renewal. If you are a mainland business or a business operating in a free zone, you probably have a trade license that needs to be renewed. Now, normally this runs the course of the year or the annual year in which you set your business up, but no harm reminding you of it. There might be associated municipality approvals or certain ministry approvals. Say, for example, if you were in the logistics business or if you were in the petroleum business where you might have had an additional ministry approval, and that too requires annual renewal. So those are the two main things for your business, but then there's a whole bunch of other things that have recently come into force, which is the ESR regulations and a compliance with the ESR regulations and a sign off that you have complied. And then there's the UBO declarations, or the ultimate beneficial owner of your business declarations, which are normally required every 2 to 3 years by most of the financial free zones. That effectively confirms who the ultimate beneficial owner of your business is. And then there's some other things like obviously data protection regulations, again in the DIFC and the ADGM that I go on and on about. You do have to confirm that you are complying usually. And then there's the corporate tax and VAT filings, of course you're all used to, and as and when you need to do them. But obviously corporate tax will come in, and it is still an open book as to what it will be taxable income if you are in a free zone, but it could range anywhere from 0 to 9%. You may also need to consider what employee-related documents you need to file, as the general rule around residence visas and immigration rules is now 2 years for most companies and their employees. And obviously contracts need to be filed or conformed to the new law if you didn't already conform it, and ensure that everything is tip-top, super and up-to-date. So here are some friendly reminders. Look up what you need to do, look up what's expiring, and make sure you renew, because there are fines that do kick in. And don't be too depressed about these reminders. They're all very easily achievable. And in the meantime, I wanted to sign off by sharing with you my view whilst I'm on holiday. See you soon.